not enough people in your life called you out on your BS there. Why? Because it's not PC. It's much easier to say, you're right, give it a bit more time. Whenever you feel comfortable, you're right. Oh, you don't feel comfortable right now? Just, whatever, someday. And that's also part of the BS that keeps people stuck. Remember when I said normalize having issues? Guess what? What if, you prove my point, what if it was normalized? Everyone had issues. You wouldn't be ashamed to put it out there. Yeah, you're carrying it around like your dirty secret. I'd rather not everyone know about this. I'm sorry. Everyone got this. Stop being so ashamed. And just that label, which funny enough links back to you, if there's any shame around you, your past, what you did, things that happened to you, things you said, things you didn't say, you better fucking process that. Because that is an inner virus that will fuck your life. Hiding it doesn't solve shame. I'm going to hide what I'm embarrassed about. I'm going to hide what I don't want other people to know about me about. That just creates more disconnection. You'll see, the more you do it, the more you're going to feel like this imposter. Probably in your life you feel that way too. A lot of people you might encounter, you're like, well, they don't know all this about me. Imposter. Let go of that label. Put it out there. Who gives a shit? And no joke. Why do you care? Why do you keep selling out for the approval of... One last question. Are you here with someone?
No, I'm here on my own.
So why are you selling out for the approval of NPCs, dude? At some point, you have to cultivate the courage to face that inner darkness. And a cheesy saying from yours truly is, we think that by opening ourselves up to the darkness, it'll grow. Right? So you have like this little pot of darkness. I'm like, I'm going to open it, everyone. What are y'all thinking? No, if you open it, the darkness will come out. Oh no. Right? That's not true. You don't know what happens when you open yourself up to the darkness? This is yours truly quote. I'm very proud of it. When you open yourself up to the darkness, you let in the light. I know it's good. I know. Same thing with your inner demons. Acknowledging them, bringing them into your awareness, feeling them is how you process it. And even back to that inner child, you can ask yourself, okay, say that inner child was disowned, or you weren't there for it, or you banished it in some way, you suppressed it, you repressed it. Ask yourself now, okay, well, if I zoom back to that event, or in my childhood, what does that inner child need? What about simply acknowledging it? Most people don't do it. I don't have an inner child. I don't have a wounded inner child. Fuck you, inner child. It's like, what about acknowledging it? Simply acknowledging your issues, acknowledging it, creates so much relief. Being seen, being heard. Right? There's a song by The Who in this musical called Tommy. Amazing, by the way. I think it goes like, feel me, see me, hear me, something else. Apply that to your inner child. Google the lyrics. I can't quote it. I feel like it's like, yeah, hear me, see me, feel me. There's another one.
Hear me.
I said hear me.
Touch me.
Touch me. Oh, there we go. Touch me.
Is that what it is?
Yes, it is. It is. That's it. Yes. So apply that to you. Right now, what this means is if it's not anyone else, it's you. It's like, I refuse to see you. Inner child and inner issues. The inner child, see me, feel me, touch me. The other one, me. This self-help world isn't for you to feel better about having your problems. It's about you solving your fucking problems. It's not about understanding your problems either. People are like, I'm here to learn more about them. And then people understand everything and anything about it. Well, here's the problem. Here's what happened. They're like they haven't solved them. So that's really the first wake up. It's also taking in the pain, right? We undervalue pain, the lessons that pain carries. Where you have to sit down and audit your life and be like, okay, usually there tends to be one event that catapults you into this world. One thing where you're like, enough! And you start taking some action. But then it's easy to get caught in this kind of cycle of, well, I'm watching videos, getting courses, one day, this day, that day, versus sitting down and be like, when is enough enough? That's why I was asking you, when is it going to change? Well, one day. Well, if one day is the answer, then you have not realized how in pain you are. You're still in denial. And that's why you have to sit down with yourself and be like, you know what? Am I not sick of this? When is enough enough? When am I finally going to prioritize my own well-being? That comes first. People even ask this sometimes with meditations. I'm like, well, do the meditation when you're triggered. And they're like, oh, well, sometimes I'm in the street and I'm triggered. I'm like, so sit on the sidewalk and do it. What if people stare at me? Well, in that case, your well-being doesn't come first, does it? You're saying the stares of NPCs come before my well-being. No? What if I'm in the middle of a conversation? Go to the bathroom. But what about the conversation? Well, that means the conversation is more important than your own well-being. This is also something ideally you come into as you grow older. You realize your time is finite. You stop being such a people pleaser, and you start prioritizing your own well-being to the point where, hey, if this isn't a win-win situation, I'm out. And you don't have to justify it, you're just out. And then this is also where you see how that kind of frustration and pain can lead you in two directions. One is in grief. It's this very disempowering level, like victimhood, where you're like, poor me. This is key, by the way. It'll shoot you in grief or it'll shoot you in anger. One is moving down, one is moving up. Think of a classic video game where, say you're playing and you try to jump over this cliff and you take two players. And both of them, they keep failing the level where they fall in the cliff every time. And then they restart. They run, they jump, they fall. They run, they respawn, they jump, they fall, so on and so forth. One player, frustration is building. They get into the grief victim, the disempowering one, where they're like, why? They could even get mad, like, screw this game. Bullshit, what is this? And eventually they throw the controller and they walk away and that's it. Disempowering, give up. Terrible. The other person playing the same game, say failing the same amount, as opposed to every failure fueling grief, every failure empowers them. They're like, again. Come on, again, let's go. One more time, come on, again. Restart it, let's go. Fueled. That's how ideally, starting out, you should use that frustration. Not to feel sorry for yourself, that's the easy way out. Are you gonna be the person who throws away the controller or the person who uses everything that doesn't go your way as motivational fuel? One gets ahead, one fails. The more you tap into that enough, the closer you are to succeeding. But then, as I mentioned, the next pitfall will be letting go of anger as motivational fuel. Anger is very motivating for someone in grief. That's why you'll even see videos on social media where it's like, step it up! Da-da-da! And you're like, yeah, rile me up, motherfucker, rile me up. And then if you rely on that too much, you'll see you'll get eaten up inside. You also realize the people who preach that are deeply traumatized, right? Then you're like, well, misery tends to be the first teacher, don't let it be the last. Let's let go of this and realize that although fear and anger might be very motivating, love and acceptance is actually even more motivating. And then it's about forgiveness. But if you're in that state of grief, it's fuck you first, then forgive. All right, it's funny, we watch movies and shows and we see people embody this. We're like, well, when's my turn? When's little, like what's your name? Tosh? When's little Tosh's turn? There was already Tosh 2.0. Where's 3.0? When's 3.0's turn? Damn you, name. There's been 2 before me. Give yourself permission. No one's blocking you. And this is what I realized with all my clients. It's like we start diving deep and immediately you notice the only blockages are self-imposed. The only person telling you it's not okay is you. More specifically, if you want to get a little deep or even cheesy, it's your inner child and all the coping mechanisms you've developed from the trauma that you've endured. Now, people hear this, and I always find it entertaining. They're like, trauma. Sure, there's some sad saps in this room who've experienced that. Sure, some of you have experienced abuse. Sure, some of you have experienced violence. I'm sure some of you have experienced war. However, I'm also sure some of you, if you look back at your life, things were pretty peachy. Anyone in that boat? Pretty normal, average childhood growing up? I had, for sure. And it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you are the exception. But here's the kicker. It doesn't matter how peachy your childhood was, every single one of you have experienced trauma. All of you. It doesn't matter how amazing it was. And it doesn't matter how expressive or confident you are here today, that will not hide the fact that you've been traumatized. And you see this left and right. Okay, you'll see, I'll paint the two extremes. Extreme number one of the traumatized person is someone who really shuts down, their self-esteem gets shot, and they're very anxious, alone, awkward. They're pretty much what I embodied before, like, hi. My name's T. Can you guess for what it's for? Trauma. So that's option one. Option two. There's state transfers, by the way. So, like, honestly, that I find really funny. Technically, it's not that funny, but in the moment, it's really funny. So that's option one, someone who really clams up. But option two is someone who then compensates for it. And you'll see people, a lot of, you could say, sometimes even charismatic people. They're like, hey, like very intense, out there. But you can just sense, like, deep down inside, they need a hug. It's like, I will win. It doesn't matter what, I will win. Give me trauma, I will win. What's your biggest obstacle in life right now?
Procrastination, possibly.
Pussy. Give me procrastination, I will win. What's yours?
Being in state more often.
Fuck your state, I will win. What's yours?
Self-doubt.
Loser. I'll doubt me as much as I want. I will win. What's yours?
Relationship ending.
What will I do?
Win.
Win!
What will I do? That did not sound winning, man. What will I do? Win. What will I do? Win. Win.